Today's problem is symmetric binary tree. This is part of the 12-week interview preparation kit over on Interview Bit. So pause the video, go over there, try the problem, come back and we'll walk through it. Difficulty rating on this is easy, pretty good success rate. This is asked at Amazon and Zomato. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. It's a food delivery service in India. Problem description. Given a binary tree, check whether it is a mirror of itself, i.e. symmetric around its center. Number of nodes will be between 1 and 10 to the 5th, 100,000. First and only argument, the root of the binary tree, output format 0 for false, 1 for true. Now here's the examples. Okay, now when they say symmetric, what they don't mean is like example 2 here, where so you have the root that comes in and then the left subtree looks exactly like the right subtree. We don't want that. What we want is like a mirror. Like if you imagine drawing a vertical line from the root straight down through the tree, and then you fold it over on itself using that line, all the numbers should match. So if we did that, the 4 would line up with the 4, the 3 would line up with the 3. In other words, the left subtree should be a mirror of the right subtree. So the first one is valid, the second one is not. What else? I think that's it. All right, let's look at the implementation here. It's a recursive implementation. Trees are recursive data structure, and so a lot of tree algorithms are recursive. So this is the method that they gave us, is symmetric, and we pass in tree node A. Now we're going to use a recursive method called is mirror, and we're going to send the left and right subnodes of the root in there. All right, how does that work? So is mirror takes 2 nodes. It checks to see if they're both null first, and if they're both null, then that's fine. We've hit a leaf node, and it's symmetric with itself. Well, no, that's not quite right. But null and null. If it's null on both sides, then it's fine. Next, if one of the nodes is null, if left node equals null or right node equals null, well, we already established if we get to line 21 that they're not both null. So if one of them is null, that's a problem. So we have to return false. If neither node is null, then we would come in here and check the value of the nodes. Actually, as an example here, let's say, because the constraint is that you have to have at least one node. They'll give us at least one node. We're not going to have an empty tree. Even one node is kind of an edge case, but I mean, we're handling it here. When you get something like this in an interview, remember to ask about edge cases. Like, is it possible that tree node here in the input could be null? In this case, no. But you have to know because, you got to handle it one way or the other. All right. Imagine they just passed us one node, one. So that comes in here. We call is mirror with the left subtree, which is null, the right subtree, which is null. If they're both null, return true. All right, we're good. If we get into left mirror here, if we get past the first 2 tests, now we check the value. Are the values equal? With this example tree, we're going to look at left and right, and they're both 2, so they are equal. So now we do a recursive call with is mirror, left node left, and right node right, meaning the left node, left child, which is a 3, has to equal the right node, right child, which is also a 3, and is mirror, left node right child has to equal the right node left child, and they're both 4s. So that works. I don't think there's much else to say about this. So yeah, that's it can be solved pretty easily with a recursive algorithm. Let's submit. Completed all the questions for today. All right. Okay, one more thing before we go, and that is if you get a tree problem in an interview, think about whether recursion will work for the question, because a lot of commonly asked tree questions, recursion will work very nicely. Okay, thanks for watching. If this was helpful, go ahead and hit like, subscribe, check out the playlist on screen, keep leveling up your interview skills. Check out the video description and the pinned comment. They both have links to additional resources, including a free LeetCode patterns cheat sheet, a link to my complete coding interview course, and that's it. So we'll see you next time.